Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Today is a members only webinar. So we're going to be looking for price action setups as usual. We're also going to be looking at some of the small time frames. I don't have that much time today, unfortunately. I just have a bunch of stuff to do early in the morning this week. So, well, not early, sorry. Early in the afternoon. Late morning, early afternoon. So, yeah. Webinars are going to be a bit shorter this week than they normally are. A bit less discussion, but you know, what can you do? Sometimes I have a busy week. So let's get started. Hey Edward and Steve. All right, so AUDCAD, still nothing going on there. AUDJPY, we were monitoring this one yesterday, looking for price to stall at this resistance area. It's kind of doing that, but it did get pretty up high in the resistance area. So let's continue to keep an eye on it. We'll have a look at how this daily candle closes. There's still potential for a short here, but you know, it's pretty high in the resistance area. And when you look to the left, it's very messy. So there's potential for a short, but it's not, you know, it's not a great setup by any means. AUD New Zealand, there's still nothing really going on. And AUDUSD, there's still nothing much going on. Maybe there's some stuff on lower time frames on AUDUSD. Yeah, there's a bit of a range here, guys. It's not a great range, but there's a bit of a range. So if you look at maybe even the 1 hour, I know it broke out of the range, but that happens. Yeah, so like the 4 hour, 1 hour, there's a bit of a range here that could be tradable. It's not great by any means. It's a very messy range, but it is there. Let's keep an eye on this range on the lower time frame. So I guess we'll use, I don't know, green for the lower time frames. Orange is for potential setups on the high time frames. Purple is for open setups, and green is for potentials on the lower time frames. I think that's a good usage of the colors. So AUDUSD, there's a range on the lower time frame, so let's keep a close eye on this one. It could be a good range. It doesn't look great right now, especially since it's moving so slow in between these two areas, but certainly worth keeping an eye on. EURAUD, we were looking at this one yesterday, but it just broke straight through the area. Yeah, there's nothing going on here anymore, so I'm going to remove that one. EUROCAD, in between support resistance, nothing really there. This is NFP week, by the way, guys. It's going to be NFP on Friday, so during NFP week, you expect a pretty slow week heading up to NFP, and I completely forgot to do the news as usual. So I'm going to open it back up. We'll switch over to the news and then we'll go back to the analysis. I always forget to go over the news. I don't know why. What's wrong with my brain? Pretty busy news day so far with all that stuff happening. But that's all over with, so we don't have to worry about that. What's coming up is some CAD news, the GDP, and Governor Polos is speaking. So, of course, that's something you want to watch out for. I got my time wrong on here because the time went back. Change that. Right, so now it's the correct time. So, GDP in an hour and a half. SMB Chairman Jordan speaks. So yeah, be careful for that. I mean, if you are in a CHF trade, you want to be careful around there. If you're in a if you're in a CAD trade, you want to be careful around here. But other than that, I mean, you're pretty good to go, really. Yeah, there's nothing tremendously impactful happening, so we can just get rid of that. So back to the analysis, Euro GBP pulled away from this resistance area after hitting it. If you're not short already, then it's too late. EURJPY looks like it's continuing to head up. But yeah, there's nothing really here. EURUSD, okay, now we have something somewhat interesting. EURUSD, we've been watching this one since yesterday, waiting for it to stall out here. Now, it didn't really stall out yesterday, but it didn't move further down. So we're still going to watch this and wait for price to stall out here. It is definitely slowing down. If it just breaks straight through today, that'd be okay by us, because that would mean that we could start looking for a continuation short. So I think Rudy asked on the forum, what's the difference between a continuation and a reversal? Why do we wait for a pullback on a continuation? It's because they're completely different types of trades. A continuation's traded in line with the major bullish trend, or sorry, major daily chart trend, which in this case is kind of bearish. Overall, I would say it's a bearish trend right now. So we're trading in line with the major trend, which is bearish. A continuation is when price breaks through an area, in this case the support area, pulls back up to it, and then you get in short there because it's pulled back up to the area. So you're trading in the direction of the overall trend. Whereas a reversal, you're trading against the overall trend. So a reversal, this is the major trend, and you're trading a reversal of that major trend. They're two completely different kinds of setups. They do share similarities in that you look for indecision. So when the continuation breaks and it pulls back, you're still looking for indecision, but you're trading in line with the trend. Anyway, EURUSD, first time it's been down here since last year, July 2017, is when it broke through it, tested this area as a continuation and then shot up. So it's tested it again in August. So I guess it's not the first time since, but this low is a yearly low. Price came down to it in August, and now it's down here again. So I'll be looking for a reversal here. If it breaks through it, I'll be looking for a continuation. So this is still the same as yesterday. Not much has changed. GBPAUD kind of broke through this. We were looking at this one yesterday too for a potential bullish trade. It got down a little bit lower than our area, but that's fine. It's already pulling back up, so there's still potential here for a long trade. Again, I hate saying this because I know it's boring and you guys want action, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here. We want price to stall on this level before we enter a trade. This is a pretty solid area though, because it's the 200 moving average is coinciding with our support area. So this is still looking pretty decent. Let's see how this closes. 12-hour, maybe even the 8-hour, but I think I'll go with the 12-hour. Let's keep a close eye on this. GBPCAD has pulled away. GBPJPY. Yeah, this one's a bit tricky with this area here. Looks like it's stalling out on the area. Yeah, I'm not too bothered with this, to be honest. Then again, there is some potential for a reversal here, but this support resistance area here is tricky. This whole area is kind of tricky. It's just a mess of support resistance. that lower wick would make a stop loss quite difficult, and it's pretty messy. I'm not going to do anything with that. GBPUSD, we're waiting for price to pull down to here and then pull away. This already happened. It happened quite quick, so I'm not sure if anyone actually managed to get into this trade because the turnaround was quite quick. There's probably still going to be potential to get into this trade. This is a reversal trade. I guess you would class this one as active, so we're going to switch that to green. But there's still potential to get into this trade on a pullback. So we're going to be looking for a bullish reversal from here. Ideal situation will be price pulling back down to here, stalling out on the daily or on the 12-hour, something like that, a higher time frame. And that will give us a nice chance at entry. The reason I'm marking it green is because there's possibly a few people in on the lower time frames. If you jumped in on the 8-hour, we'll class it as an active trade. Sorry, green is not for, purple is for active trades. This new color system has just been introduced, so bear with me here. So purple is for active trades. Although green seems more like an active trade thing. Let's make purple for lower time frame trades and green for active trades. That makes more sense, doesn't it? I think so. New Zealand JPY, yeah, not doing much. The drawing software is not important, Edward. I'm just drawing on my screen. I could draw anywhere on my screen. It doesn't help you with trading at all. It's just part of the recording software I use. It's just a screen recording software that allows you to draw. It's called Camtasia. But it won't aid you in your trading at all. USD CAD, not much going on there. USDCHF is interesting. It's broken above this resistance area. It's a really strong resistance area. It did get a bit higher last time. Yeah, it did. And the time before that. Yeah, it got a bit higher last time. Let's keep a close eye on this level, guys. This is interesting. This could give us a nice continuation trade. If price gets further above here, then we get a pullback. That would give us a nice continuation trade. This is a major high for USD CHF. It's above parity. Parity being the $1 mark. So one CHF is worth, 1 franc is worth $1. So it's above parity right now. Usually when it gets to parity, it turns around, as you see back here. But it's been testing it quite a bit in the last year. This is May, this is July, and now again it's testing that parity level. So it looks like it might potentially break this time or just turn around completely again. So we're going to keep a close eye on this one, guys. There's definite potential for a long trade here. What I would want to see is a break above and then a pullback. Doesn't even have to be a pullback. It could be a rebound continuation. Let's just watch this level. I'm very, very curious what happens here. It could also just give us a reversal. That's also possible. Because as you can see, it's reversed a bunch of times from here. So if price stalls out on this area, this could be a big reversal. It could be a huge reversal. Yeah, very curious what happens here, guys. USDJPY, nothing much going on. Lower time frames. We already spotted some, but let's see if we have anything else going on. Maybe AUDJPY on the 15. You got some stuff happening on the 15-minute AUDJPY, a bit of a range forming. Getting towards the top of that range. So, ooh, what do we do when we have... You can't multi-tag a pair. All right, let's say blue is for when there's a setup on both the large time frames and the small time frames. That makes sense, kind of. I just gotta rename the lists, really. Yeah. Cool. I think that's a good idea. And purple, we're going to rename to what was it? Green was yeah, that makes more sense. I like that. I like that system. Oh, damn it. Main. So AUDJPY, we got a range forming on the smaller time frames. Interesting. Maybe a range here on EURAUD, but it's not complete yet, and it looks like it's gonna fail to turn into a proper range. Keep an eye on it anyway, but I don't really see much happening with this one. No, nothing there. Oh, damn it. You know what? Bit of a range on GBPJPY. Not a great one, but again, see that? So there could be some compression setups here. It's approaching the top of that range. Just keep a close eye on this one. Yeah, I saw price stalling out on New Zealand JPY, man, but I'm not crazy about this area here. It's a bit of a tricky one. You'd have to have the area there to call it a proper short. I have my area here, or wherever it was up here. But, you know, there's an argument to be made that it's down here. There's an argument to be made that it's down here. But the most persuasive argument is just that it's a very wide area through here. But that is very low in the area down here. It's very low in the area. I'm not too bothered with a normal time frame short here. Yeah, I'm not too interested in that. But what I did spot was on the 8 hour, perhaps even the 4 hour, we have a bit of a range forming. So it's got 2 bounces from the bottom. The second bounce from the top is happening right now. So there is a short in terms of, well, not really, because we don't really trade until the range is formed. But if the range forms, then we'll be looking at this for shorts and stuff. The top area for shorts. New Zealand USD, not much going on. USD CAD. Oh, actually, I need to look at the 8 hour. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to rush through things and I'm failing. USD CAD, maybe. See how price is kind of going up and down in the same sort of range? That could be something. Or maybe the 15-minute. Nah. Way too messy. Right, so large time frame trades, or setups rather. EURUSD, we're looking at the daily 12 hour, something like that. Larger time frames essentially. Price stalling out on top of the support area. Let's see if it completely stalls out here, or if it breaks below it. If it breaks below it, there's potential for a short continuation. If it stalls out, there's potential for a bullish reversal. GBPAUD stalled out on this area. It looks like it's turning around now, but there's potential on the lower time frames if it pulls back a bit and it stalls out here. There's potential for a reversal trade. USDCHF, it's stalling out at this major resistance area. It's a very strong resistance area. It's where price has bounced away from a bunch of times. So I'm kind of a bit excited about this one because it's a big, strong bullish trend. So if it breaks through, I'll be looking for a pullback and a continuation, which would be, I guess, the best situation. But if it continues to stall out here for the coming days, I'll be looking for a short reversal. So definite wait and watch with those three. Continuing the large time frame setups on the 8 hour. Sorry, maybe it's more like the 12 or the daily. Oh yeah, this one is not that great, but on the daily it's stalling out here, so we could be looking for a short reversal here. But to be completely honest, guys, this is probably the weakest setup out of the larger time frame stuff. Right, so moving to the smaller time frames, was the 15-minute. 15-minute AUDJPY, we got price bouncing between these two areas. It's going up to the top area here, this one. So let's keep a close eye on that for 15-minute compression setups. I can't remember what time frame we're looking at this on, but maybe the 4 hour / 1 hour. It's a bit of a weak range because it's been broken a few times, but it's still a potential range. So let's keep an eye on this on AUDUSD. EURAUD, we got a range forming on the 15-minute. I'd want to see this pullback from here to confirm this range on the 15-minute. So when I say pullback from here, I'd want to see price go up to the top again to confirm this range. GBPJPY, we got a bit of a bigger range. 4 hour, 1 hour. Yeah, let's see what happens here. Yeah, let's see if we get a pullback from there. And New Zealand JPY, we got a kind of like a 4 hour range, maybe even larger time frame would be better, maybe an 8 hour range. That's kind of forming here on a pullback. So yeah, there's quite a bit to look at today in terms of all the time frames. Quite a lot to look at. active trades, GBPUSD pulling away, Zila is in it. I'm assuming a few people are in this one on the lower time frames. And EURJPY is still kind of pulling away from this support-ish area. So anyway, guys, that is it for the analysis. Any questions? No, I'm not. I'm not recording videos for futures. I'm gonna experiment with futures. I'll probably do a few webinars in the future. But right now, no, I'm not recording videos. And there's not much difference between futures and the normal strategy. I mean, it all seems to work pretty well in futures. They're a bit slightly different, but these things get into some long-term trends though. So you're looking more at trend trading, I would say. All right, look at that trend. It's been trending up since February 2009. It's been like a non-stop. We may as well switch to the weekly or monthly at this point. Since February 2009, non-stop uptrend. This is our oil futures. No problem, Zila. It's not an issue, man. Tuesday's webinar is posted. It's private for people to attend. Only members can ever attend live, but the recording is posted publicly on Tuesday and Thursday. These webinars are posted. These webinars are members only. On Wednesday, members only for attendance and members only for the recording also. You're asking about EURJPY. Just to answer your question from yesterday, man, 200 SMA trades are really only traded on the major currency pairs. EURJPY is not a major currency pair, so not looking for setups on there. I mean, you can if you want to. But it's a lot riskier. Works best on the major currency pairs. How do you trade only trending charts? It's not something I could really wrap up in the few minutes we have left. Oh, sorry, wait, this is an oil. I'm mixing things up. Or maybe it is, I can't remember. I can't remember all the... No, this is the 100E mini. Yeah, because oil hasn't been only going up. This is crude oil. As you can see, guys, I don't even really know. I don't know that much about futures in terms of what's being traded and stuff. So I'm in no position to teach you guys how to trade futures. Which videos are you referencing exactly? This would be quite difficult to trade. Oh, those videos. I'm not sure, man. They're on the recordings have been done, but now it's the long process of editing and putting all the slides in. Recording is the quickest part. They're going to be released one by one. I release new videos kind of regularly. I think there was one released last month. I posted it to the forum about stop losses. The month before, the new setups were released. It takes some time, guys. Yeah, but at some point it's going to turn around, Edward. You can get support resistance anyway on just because something's trending up, it doesn't mean you can't get support resistance on it. You can easily get support resistance on something like this. I mean, where price comes up and like just because it's heading up, it doesn't mean that it doesn't bounce around sometimes, is essentially what I'm saying. There's areas of support resistance throughout here that you could use to trade continuations. I'm not saying that that's the most optimal way to trade this. Oil is a lot. Is a lot more up and down. But like, to be completely honest, this side of trading, I really know very little about it. I look at the charts, I see things in the charts that would easily be tradable. But and I understand the basic process of trading futures. I understand what futures are. But I've got no real idea what I'm trading. This side of trading is a bit of a mystery to me because I've never really needed to know it. I honestly don't even really know what the NASDAQ is. I think it's a compilation of a bunch of different futures or something like that. But it's a little embarrassing to say it, really. But just because you're in the trading industry, it doesn't mean you need to know about every facet of trading. Futures is not my thing and has never really been my thing, so I just don't really know much about this side of trading. I know a lot about currencies, but yeah, so does that mean it's a compilation of a bunch of different futures? I believe that's what it means, but I don't want to commit to that. because it's something I want to branch out into, but it's not something I'm like rushing to get into. Much higher level for entry in futures also, guys. First of all, the data costs are pretty expensive. If you want access to all the futures, you're going to need to be paying. So if you want all the CME ones, you're going to be paying 110 per month. All the CBOTs 110, all the NYMEX 110. And this isn't TradingView just ripping you off. This is just the cost of the data. If you go just for the E-minis, it's cheaper, but it seems like most of what you're going to need is 110 per month. So I assume most of you aren't really rushing in to trade futures anyway, because you don't want to put down 110 per month just for charts. I'm gonna start doing it soon. I'm gonna get that extra charting package for 110 and see how it plays out. But you know, trading is my business, so for me it's a business expense. So it's an acceptable expense to try and get into a new market. That 110 is a reasonable expense and it's affordable. But I'm assuming for most people who are new to trading, who are just learning, you don't want to outlay 110 USD per month on something that you're not even sure is going to work, because you should be focusing on making Forex work before anything else. Oh yeah, happy Halloween, by the way, guys. I forgot to say that. Anyway, guys, I needed to get out of here 7 minutes ago, so it's already way late. I'll see you guys for tomorrow's webinar. Thank you for attending, and bye.